You're listening to the 3 Pixels Tech, Gaming and Movie Podcast, brought to you by Alan Taylor, Martin Gregory and me, Ben Ridley. Hello and welcome back to the 3 Pixels. In this episode, we have some bonus content that didn't quite make it into the full episode, but was still worth sharing with you guys in its own little mini-sode. So enjoy. It is some gaming content from Martin, and that's all I'll tell you for now. Martin, take it away.
3 Korean gaming companies are fined nearly $1 million over loot boxes. The 3 gaming companies in Korea have been fined $1 million due to loot boxes being advertised for in-game purchase. The ruling by Korea's Fair Trade Commission sees Nextfloor fined nearly $4,500, Netmarble fined $55,000, while Nexton is fined by a huge $875,000 for misleading practices. The ruling for Nextcom comes from the result that the so-called loot boxes were advertised in Sudden Attack event, which saw 2 of 16 puzzle pieces, which is needed for a grant for an in-game bonus, offered for 85 cents. The Korean FTC believes that customers thought the odds of obtaining each piece were the same, but in actual fact, some of them were as low as 0.5% of all loot boxes that you could actually get these puzzle pieces, which obviously made gamers unhappy. Now, I've had enough of hearing about loot boxes and them destroying games. We already had this with the Star Wars Battlefront 2 situation, and it just seemed like, do we just start taking out loot boxes in games? Because now people are getting fined for it, and also gamers are getting angry that you're now being promised something, but it's completely not there. What's your thoughts, Alan?
I don't know about taking it out completely because this is still a revenue stream for them. They still need to make their money however they do that. I mean, yeah, these are awful business practices and I don't like them at all. And I don't like that. I think that EA's brought it to such a infamous level that governments are now getting involved. And I don't know, that once they get involved, that might be a problem because there are plenty of companies that are doing it okay, that are treading the water and just trying to figure this out. That if the government comes in and they just start sweeping, you cannot do this, they're going to have to figure out whole new ways of doing it. EA can probably take that hit, but some of these smaller companies might not be able to. So while I think that loot boxes we should kind of rein that back and figure something else out. 1, I don't think they can just wholesale stop straight away. And 2, I think they need to stop before the government really gets involved.
No, I completely agree with what you mean, especially with, it is a bit of a main income for these companies, especially smaller companies that probably do rely on these microtransactions. But at the end of the day, if it's advertised that it's going to be fair pricing and you're going to get something to a certain extent, one guy here spent nearly $430 trying to get all puzzle pieces. A, that is a ludicrous amount of money to spend on any game. But B, I understand where people say, look, we were promised we're going to get an equal share of percentage getting these puzzle pieces in this game, and it's just false advertised at the end of the day. So I can understand why the government had to step in, but it's just so strange now that we still talk about loot boxes. You would have thought that people would have learnt their lesson by now.
Yeah, I mean, just tell me, or I don't know, charge a bit more. Tell me exactly what I'm going to get, and I'll just pay the extra amount.
Yeah.
Having this random element to it, I mean, I don't know, maybe they are making more money out of it in the long term, but for me, the consumer, that's such a horrible, stressful situation of not being told what I'm buying. And yeah, that's just an awful business practice. Just tell me what it is. I'll pay the amount that it's worth. Or bundle it in. A lot of companies are just, so they do the loot box so they can give away some of their lower selling items as well. Just bundle things together. So have the main ticket items bundled in with smaller skins or whatever, and then just raise the price. That seems like a much fairer solution.
Because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's also a form of gambling as well, and some people don't like that. I'm also just elaborating onto this loot box. And like you said, it's luck of the draw, but that some people would argue. You gamble and maybe you get a great skin of a gun, or you get this legendary weapon or whatever it might be. But I do agree with Alan. There should be an extent, this is what you can get. Give me the odds of what I can get. Don't Han Solo me and say, never tell me the odds, because I want to know those odds. At the end of the day, I do hope more companies do get punished for this sort of stuff.
The gambling thing is, I guess I wouldn't mind if I bought a game for it to be a gambling game. I don't want gambling to be tacked onto my Star Wars game where I just want to go and, be a Jedi or a Stormtrooper, play this Star Wars story. I don't know. I don't mind the gambling thing, just don't force it where it doesn't belong.
So you said about the Star Wars thing, that was a big part of the game as well. And I can understand what you're saying, you don't want it just tacked on. You don't want it to be also a core, essential of the game, My friend recently added up how much it would have cost, and it was thousands of pounds, if not more, just to unlock everything. I just thought, what's the point? And it does put people off, that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. Get in touch with us. And with that is the end of the Gaming Corner.
Thank you very much, Martin. I hope you enjoyed that little bonus episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any more content from us. You can check out our website, the3pixels.com. Drop us a tweet at 3pixelspod or an email if you prefer to get in contact in that way. hello@the3pixels.com. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Adios.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to the 3 Pixels podcast, a production by Alan Taylor, Martin Gregory, and me, Ben Ridley. Music provided by Epidemic Sound and exec produced by Abrupt Audio. With that, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Good night.